A brief break from rain, but that'll change tonight as showers and storms return to the state. How wet is this weekend looking? Well, we're going to tell you in this Thursday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. Well, let's try that again. Good afternoon. It is Thursday, the 5th of December, 2024. I'm Texas Storm Chasers Baldy-in-Chief David Reimer. Still sick, but I'm probably doing a little better than I was yesterday morning. And I'm doing a lot better than I would have been this morning had we done a morning video. But I was NyQuil'd, and sorry, I wasn't getting up out of that. Plus, I had no voice. So let's take a look at the high-rise rapid refresh model for this afternoon, tonight into Thursday. Except it's Thursday now, so we'll pretend I didn't say that, and we'll just assume I'm talking about Friday. Well, guess what? We're going to see rain chances increase across, well, a decent chunk of Texas as we go into Friday morning, Friday afternoon. This isn't necessarily going to be heavy rain, but it's going to be enough to keep the roads wet, the ground damp, and overall for a pretty dreary Friday across a majority of the state, even if accumulated rain totals aren't going to be that high. And that'll continue as we head into Saturday and Sunday. Here's the longer range American weather model, the global forecast system. You can see it keeps rain chances going, especially across the eastern half of the state as we go into Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, Sunday morning, and then probably more activity possible, especially across the eastern third of Texas, Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, into Monday morning before it moves off to our east and exits most of the state, with the exception of light rain possible Monday morning in the Rio Grande Valley. Now, so going to Monday night and Tuesday morning, the potential low side, but still present, for maybe a few hours of snow in parts of the Panhandle in West Texas. This remains one of these low probability scenarios, but certainly possible. If it happens, we can't rule out light snowfall accumulation, just generally below 1 inch at this point. As we go into Tuesday night, Wednesday, you can see it's actually going to be a pretty nice couple of days across the state with little to no clouds and no precipitation. That'll change as we go into portions of Thursday with increasing upper level clouds and southerly winds. We're going to have a cold front move through with that system, bringing light snow to the Panhandle Tuesday, but the rest of the state will remain dry. But we are expecting a cool down Tuesday night to Wednesday morning. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Here's the forecast rain totals over the next 5 days from the Weather Prediction Center. This will take us out through 6 p.m. Tuesday, the 10th of December. You can see overall we're expecting an additional about 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain, up to about maybe an inch from the Big Country, the Concho Valley, the Edwards Plateau, the Rio Grande Plains, the Rio Grande Valley, the Coastal Bend, the Coastal Plains, South Central Texas, the Hill Country, Central Texas, North Texas, Texoma, the Arcla, Texas, East Texas, Southeast Texas, the Brazos Valley, the Golden Triangle, and of course the Piney Woods. Heaviest rains 1 to 2 inches across portions of the Golden Triangle. Could also see 1/10 to 1/4 inch of rain out in the Permian Basin, Davis Guadalupe Mountains, and the Trans-Pecos and the Borderland. So if this is correct, we're not going to see a lot of flooding issues, which is good, but, a little bit more rain. Not enough for many folks, but hey, you know what? A little is better than none. Here's the normally I'd say here's the high temperature forecast, but since we're doing an afternoon edition, let's mix things up a bit. Here's tonight's low temperature forecast. You can see we're expecting temperatures below freezing in the Panhandle, West Texas, Northwest Texas, North Texas outside the inner DFW Metroplex, Texoma, Northeast Texas, the Arcla, Texas, East Texas, even into the Piney Woods of East Texas. Temperatures making it down into the upper 20s to low 30s tonight. We're expecting 30s northern half of the state, starting off cool for your Friday morning. We're expecting lows 40s. Houston, San Antonio, into the Edwards Plateau, the borderland far west Texas, the Big Bend, and then those of you right on the immediate lower Texas Gulf Coast, Rio Grande Valley, you're only getting down to the low 60s tonight with, yes, probably some fog, because, well, why not? Here's tomorrow's high temperature forecast, much cooler. West Texas, the Permian Basin, all the way through the Concho Valley, the Hill Country, North Texas, Arklatex. We're not going to be getting out of the 40s. It looks like a very cold and damp day is expected for Friday, so it will not be pretty. Warmer in the Panhandle where we won't have precipitation, highs generally in the upper 50s. Then really the only folks on the warm side of the spectrum here will be the Rio Grande Valley, deep South Texas, with highs in the mid-upper 70s. Everyone else, 40s and 50s. So we go into Saturday, a little warmer in parts of West Texas as rain chances shift further southeast. Still another cold, damp day with highs only in the mid to upper 40s from the Permian Basin, the Big Country, the Concho Valley, east-northeast through Central Texas, North Texas, into the Arklatex, East Texas, the Brazos Valley. It's going to be cold and damp. Not a pretty day, but one you might expect in December. We're expecting slightly warmer conditions along most of the Texas Gulf Coast and within about 40 miles of the coast as some slightly warmer air moves inland with fog, I might add. Highs up into the 60s, maybe low 70s. As we get into Sunday, rain chances move out and temperatures go up. We're back into the 60s to 70s across much of Texas Sunday afternoon. Still in the 50s in northeast Texas, the Arklatex, some cooler air filtering in from Arkansas. Then as we go into Monday, you can see our next cold front moving into the Panhandle, highs only in the 30s and 40s, if that. We're going to be into the 60s, 70s, and 80s, southeastern two-thirds of Texas before the next cold front moves in. And then we're expecting a pretty cold Tuesday morning across the state, especially as the freezing line at least makes it through the northern half of the state with temperatures probably down to the teens in the Panhandle. And if we get any snow cover, it's going to probably be colder than that. But again, that's one of those low probability scenarios. Here's the longer range temperature weather outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, December 12th through the 18th. You can see most of the country, in fact, the entire continental United States, expected to be warmer than average for mid-December, which, again, it's December, so, warmer than average isn't necessarily super-duper hot. And then as we take a look at the precipitation outlook, you can see most of the United States favoring about an equal chance of either wetter or not as wet weather. That'll be it for your Thursday afternoon edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. I made it through without any giggling fits this time. That's always nice to see. We'll have your next Texas Weather Roundup out bright and early Friday. I'm planning on actually adhering to that this time. So thank you for tuning in. We appreciate everybody who have been buying our 2025 weather calendars. That really helps out our photographers. We appreciate it. You can find them in the Texas Storm Chasers store. Just search for, the Texas Storm Chasers store, or look below this YouTube video for that calendar and our other item selections. And of course, you can always get your local weather forecast, interactive weather radar, daily Texas weather roundups, and more in the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app. Just search for Texas Storm Chasers where you download apps for your device. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning. Y'all make it a great rest of your Thursday, and as always, God bless.